I'm going to share with you the absolute best vitamin for arthritis. And I'm not talking about vitamin D. Vitamin D is great, but there's something else that's amazing. I stumbled on this by accident. I was taking this vitamin. I never took it before. Go to sleep, wake up, and I just noticed all this stiffness that I would normally have because of all the injuries to my spine. It's like someone to put WD-40 in my joints. I'm like, why am I feeling so loose? So I'm like, oh, I took that vitamin the day before. So with arthritis, you have inflammation, breakdown of the cartilage, you have wear and tear, you have pain. People are taking NSAIDs to get rid of inflammation. The problem is there's some side effects, GI bleeding, ulcers, kidney problems, things like that. If you take a steroid, the side effect is it'll destroy your joints, it'll lower your immune system. So is there something that you could take that doesn't have these adverse effects? And the answer is yes, specifically in the mitochondria. And it's a precursor to this molecule called NAD. NAD is kind of a helper molecule for turning food into energy like ATP. And so we're talking about biochemistry here. We're talking about helping move these things called electrons, which are really unusable until you package them into a certain energy form. So that's what NAD helps you with. And NAD is involved in over 400 different genes. So it's a really important molecule. And I'm going to talk about first what happens when you're deficient in NAD. All right, number one, you're going to have low collagen repair. Number two, you're going to have inflammation. Number three, you're going to have fatigue because you're not going to be able to make energy. Number four, you're going to have muscle pain, muscle weakness, and even loss of muscle. Number five, you'll have metabolic diseases, right? And that could range anywhere from diabetes, Alzheimer's, even cancer. Next one is aging faster than you should, because if you can't repair the DNA, you're going to age faster. And then the next one is lowered immune system. But aspirin targets something in your cells that helps make proteins and certain types of fats. Well, it just so happens that this vitamin that I'm about to reveal does a similar thing to aspirin, but without the side effects. It helps to reduce the oxidative stress in the endoplasmic reticulum. So that's very interesting. So that's probably why my neck is so loose right now, which I'm very excited about. All right, so what is this vitamin called? Vitamin B3, niacinamide. There's two versions of B3. You have niacin and you have niacinamide. Niacin is really good for lipids and cholesterol and all that stuff. Niacinamide works more on inflammation, arthritis, and many other things as well. And so niacinamide, so here's how you'd want to take it. You'd want to take smaller amounts of it through the day than higher amounts once a day. So maybe you take 100 to 150 milligrams 3 to 6 times a day, depending on how severe your arthritis is. So in other words, taking a little bit more niacinamide through the day helps to allow your biochemistry to work a lot better, despite having these genetic issues. They're called polymorphisms. Okay, a couple other things about this. You'd want to make sure you have sufficient protein for it to work, because you need protein, right? It's like the building block to help you repair the joint. Also, make sure you're not drinking any alcohol. I don't know if you know this, but tryptophan can convert to B3 as well. But the efficiency of that is not very efficient. It takes like 60 times the units of tryptophan to turn into 1 unit of B3. A lot of times people are not getting that conversion, despite all the problems in the diet, especially if you consume a lot of corn. That can block your tryptophan. And also if you're eating junk foods and things like that, you can definitely easily be deficient in vitamin B3. But I just wanted to give you the mechanism of how this niacinamide works, and I'm liking it a lot. And I think out of all the things that I've taken, and I'm not telling you not to take other things like vitamin D, but this niacinamide is just fascinating. I'm not recommending taking it right before bed at first. You want to kind of gradually work into it, maybe earlier in the day, but There's some people that say that just helps them sleep. Niacinamide also helps to give you energy to exercise, which is really cool. But I wanted to just kind of focus in on this natural remedy for arthritis that, boy, if you have arthritis, it sure is nice to have something that is non-toxic, that's effective, and that is very low cost. Now, if you wanted to know the number one anti-inflammatory food you should be eating, you should probably check out this video right here. What is the number one best anti-inflammatory food on the planet? Well, it's not wild-caught salmon, it's wild-caught cod liver. This stuff is amazing. Salmon is great, and it provides about 2,000 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acid per 3.5 ounces. But cod liver provides 6,000 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids per 3.5 ounces. Omega-3 fatty acids are some of the most potent anti-inflammatories, but they won't work if you're consuming too much omega-6 fatty acids from seed oils. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.